Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, Sutton Strack reveals if she would want Teddi Mellencamp back on Beverly Hills after she revealed that she was living with Kyle. Do you feel like there's a space for her in the future on Beverly Hills at all? Would you like to see this? Plus, Emily Simpson and Gina weigh in on Alexis's future on OC.
I feel like I'm speaking for in a global sense.
Yes. Right.
I'm just a spokesperson for America.
They said take a break, honey.
And the ladies of Salt Lake City tease the intense reunion.
This reunion, we actually got in a few relationships to the depths of the problems. Wow. So to me, that's beautiful because maybe there's a path forward.
While Mary Cosby gives an update on her son, Robert.
He's doing so good, and I'm so thankful that we had that moment.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey everyone, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. We have a ton of Housewives news to get to. Plus, we were on the red carpet of Kathy Hilton's Christmas party extravaganza. So lots of fun updates for you. But let's kick it off with Teddi Mellencamp because she is leaning on her friend Kyle Richards amid her separation from her husband Edwin. She revealed that she is living part-time with Kyle at her Beverly Hills home as she and Edwin split time in their marital home between their kids. She said on her new podcast, Diamonds in the Rough, which was co-hosted by Erica Jane, she said, "They know that we are separated, filed for divorce, I'm nesting. Some places you can just file for divorce. In California, there's a 6-month cooling off period." She added, during that 6 months, you can do a multitude of things. The way I learned about nesting was one of my good girlfriends. She's a divorce coach. She told me about nesting. It's where the kids stay in the marital home and the parents come and go. She said, I can't explain our exact timing, but both Edwin and I leave when the other one sleeps. We can both be there for sporting events. We're completely happy to be around one another. She went on to reveal that she is living at Kyle's house during the nesting period. And she said, I saw you filmed in the glam room. That's my bedroom now, bitch. It's so cozy. Teddi added that thankfully Kyle has let me do that. This is how you know there are real friendships to be made on reality TV. I was like, am I going to get a place to live? I just zip on over. It's close. It's easy. She cooks. Sometimes we're just starting. We're newly into it. It does work out well for the kids. We're right around the corner and everything's on a calendar. They know exactly when I come and go and vice versa. So it seems like this is working well. I mean, if you've been watching Beverly Hills, you know that Kyle has, having some hard times when it comes to, being a little bit of an empty nester. Mauricio moved out, her daughters are moved out, and it's nice that they can both lean on one another. It's nice that Teddi is kind of opening up a little bit more about her situation since she said that she really wasn't going to. She's not on reality TV. She doesn't owe anybody anything. But a lot of people were kind of backfiring her, being like, well, you have this podcast and you talk about other people's relationships, so why don't you talk about hers? So she's opening up here and there where she feels comfortable. So a lot of people now, with Teddi being in the news, being on the a topic of conversation on this week's Beverly Hills as well, a lot of people are wondering if there is a place for Teddi back on Beverly Hills. Well, we asked Sutton Strack her thoughts. Take a look. A big topic of conversation this past episode as well was Teddi Mellencamp. And look.
What did Garcelle said? I know.
Garcelle said that Teddi will be thrilled.
She's having the best one-liners in her confessionals this season.
She is.
She's so funny.
She is. Did that news take you by surprise, Teddi, and Edwin splitting?
Oh, I don't keep up. I don't keep up with that, so
sure.
I can't really comment because I just don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you feel like there's a space for her in the future on Beverly Hills at all? Would you like to see the space? No. So I take it you're not close with her anymore. You don't.
Teddi, was I ever close with her?
No, not really. No.
No.
What do you make of her living with Kyle?
I don't.
Not permanent. Not
I don't
full
know.
time. Not full time.
I don't know the whole scoop on that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So
I don't know.
You're not keeping up with the Teddi news.
I'm really not. But also, I think if Kyle she's on 2 acres. Mm-hmm. So and she's got
houses,
yeah,
guest houses and things like that.
So if she needed a refuge,
okay, Kyle
would do that.
Yeah, definitely.
She's a good friend like that.
Yes, yeah. It seems like the two of you are in a good place.
We're in a good place, yeah. And that separation period that we had may have strengthened our relationship. Okay. I got to become a little bit stronger on my side, and I think she was going through a lot.
Yeah.
And I also had to think about, what kind of friend am I? Mm-hmm. And so that I had to do a reset button.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like Sutton is making space for her, or holding space, excuse me, for Teddy to return, but it's nice to see that she and Kyle are in a good place. Well, it's been a few weeks since the OC reunion, and now that the whirlwind season is over, Emily and Gina are opening up to us about how they would feel about Alexis's return. We caught up with them at Kathy Hilton's party, so here is what they had to say.
Alexis came in hot this season. Do we want to see her back for next season?
No.
That's okay.
I don't really think anyone does. So
I feel like I'm speaking for in a global sense.
Yes.
Right.
I'm just a spokesperson for America.
they said take a break, honey. Take a break.
If she were to come back, that would kind of change your perception on you coming back, or?
No, I've never been one of those, like, if this person comes back, I wouldn't. I feel like that's part of the job, is you have to navigate difficult relationships.
Right.
And so, I mean, we would navigate it. I mean, I'd probably use the F word a lot, but.
Fair enough.
I just think it would probably be harder for her than it would for us. I mean, you know, we sit in our seat and she sits in hers, and hers sucks. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they would really be into it if Alexis came back to OC, and I'm sure a lot of people probably feel the same way. All right, well, this is an interesting story. So Brandi Glanville shared that parasites have been the cause of her recent health issue. She told Entertainment Tonight, honestly, I have so many doctors and I've had so many tests. I did lab work for $10,000. I ran every test under the sun. They're like, it could be a parasite. That's, new. She explained that before a doctor theorized she potentially contracted a parasite, she experienced swelling and wasn't able to speak. When she sought out treatment, some medical professionals thought the issue may have been due to old face fillers that were dissolving. However, Brandi stated that she hadn't gotten any fillers done in a while and that they already dissolved. She said, I've been on meds this whole year. I don't socialize. I don't go out, and I'm just spending all of my money on trying to figure out what's wrong with me. She confessed that she's already spent about $70,000 on attempting to fix the issue. She added the financial situation has been stressful as she's been unable to work for the past 2 years due to her ongoing health issues. While she doesn't know exactly how she contracted a parasite, she believes it might have happened while she was in Morocco filming The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Any medical condition, medical, trauma that she's experiencing, I feel really bad for her. Obviously, she's spending a lot of time and money and effort to figure out what's going on with her, but to have like a parasite in her face, that's kind of crazy. So hopefully she gets the answers that she needs and the help that she needs, but definitely a crazy, crazy story. Well, like I said earlier, we hit up Kathy's Christmas party and it looked to be an epic event. Lisa Barlow and Kathy were doing a duet, looked amazing, but we were also on the carpet and we caught up with a lot of the ladies of Salt Lake City who teased the upcoming reunion. Take a look.
You know what? It was very long. I don't know if you've heard Angie recently say that it should be a three-parter. There was some really funny things said, very dramatic things happened. But I think Salt Lake City always delivers because relationships always organically change.
You know what? It was probably our best reunion. I think everyone worked through a lot of really hard issues and challenges. I think you see a lot of people that were able to reconcile that you wouldn't expect. And there was funny moments in there. And it was 12 hours and it felt like 2 hours.
I went into it wanting resolution. I felt like it was my first season, watching myself back. There were lots of things I was unhappy with myself about or felt like I could work on. So I went in with that mindset, and I think some other people did and some did not. So that was a recipe for disaster.
Oh my God, sorry to swear, this reunion was different from others in the way that we got to the depths of the relationships. We actually got to the nooks and crannies of the problems. When in the past it's just been yelling and screaming, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of yelling and screaming, gaslighting, crying, all of the tactics. But I feel like this reunion we actually got, in a few relationships, to the depths of the problems. So to me that's beautiful because maybe there's a path forward.
It seems like it's going to be intense. It seems like there's going to be a lot of drama, but it also seems like there's going to be a lot of reconciliation, which I think is great. This season has been so good. So hopefully everybody is back next year because this is so great. Well, we also caught up with Mary, and she gave an update on her son Robert after this really vulnerable moment that we saw during the Wednesday, December 4th episode of Mary talking to her son. So she was on Watch What Happens Live, Mary, recently, and a fan wrote in to ask Mary whether her castmates had showed support after Robert opened up about his substance abuse and mental health struggles during the November 27th episode of Salt Lake City. She said, "I've heard from all of them except Lisa." Well, Mary answered, eliciting disappointed ohs from the audience. She said, "But you know, I don't expect to hear from anyone. It's fine." While Lisa has not spoken up about the emotional scene, she did nod along empathetically when Andy called it one of the most raw, real, and heart-wrenching moments in Real Housewives history during a November episode of Watch What Happens Live. Well, Lisa's co-star Heather Gay did chime in, saying that the scene reminded her that people watch reality TV to see people tell their stories and for their stories to have an impact. Well, we caught up with Mary at the Christmas party, and here's what she had to say about Robert.
He's doing so good. He's doing so good. I don't want to keep saying it because I don't want to jinx it. Like I know he's doing so good, and I'm so thankful that we had that moment. I'm so thankful that happened, and he was able to just open up and tell me where he was, and we was able to do something about it immediately. And he's good.
That scene was heartbreaking, honestly. Oh my God, it breaks my heart. In what ways are you supporting him? How are you making sure he's on the straight and narrow?
Well, right now he's doing the rehab, but it's like a 6-week program, and he comes home and then he goes back to it. So I just keep him busy and make sure that he's being signed up in different classes and doing different things that show you how to be a sorority life and live.
How about his wife? How is she doing?
Good. She's in rehab as we speak.
Okay, she's still in there.
Yep, she's still in there.
And do they communicate at all?
Yeah, we talk. Yeah. Oh yeah, we talk.
You're so supportive. You're the best mother, honestly.
So happy that Robert is in a much better place, getting the help that he needs, and how lucky for him to have such a wonderful mother there to support. It really was such a heart-wrenching moment and such a real, raw moment, and kudos to Mary for putting it out there, and I'm sure a lot of people could relate to that, and it's so happy that he is in a better space. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you next week.